So when the grandmothers first came, I thought it was just for women. Their message was for women, and I thought it was for older women because they were grandmothers, and so it had to be for older women. And besides, I was an older woman, and so because I was, most of the people who came were older women, and there we were. And when I look back on that, I think that was probably the grand design, because we needed a time to really get used to this feeling of the power of the feminine principle. And it was foreign to us because the only kind of power we knew about was power over, dominance, and we associated that with male power and yang. And and then we were mad at the men because of that. And so it took a long time to get clear about what is this feminine power. And I think they kept us only women, mostly older women, for a while until we really got grounded in our understanding of what is this power of yin. And it took a while. And then gradually, younger women started being drawn to the grandmother's work. I would go to Lithuania or Slovenia uh, and Holland, and these women would be young, much younger than me. And I would think, oh, well, it's not just grandmothers, okay. And so then I began to understand, oh, it's not. The teachers are the grandmothers, and they come from this great loving principle of grandmotherly love, but the message is for everyone. And then, especially in Europe, men started coming. Then they started coming in the US, and we would get all kinds of these men. It was very interesting. I remember having a man come who was a nurse at Folsom Prison, and he begged us to step into the power of the feminine principle. And he said, please do this, because if you don't do this, these men I work with are so lost, they will never be able to come back to center point unless you show the way. We need strong women to step into their power and hold and accept, what is. And these men need you. And we sat and listened to him, and we were stunned, and we cried, and we heard the truth of that. And then another whole group of men came to one of our gatherings, and they brought us roses, and some of them were real tough guys. And then at our last gathering, we had a Native American drummer, singer come, and it was fabulous with him. So we've had an experience in Belgium that was just unbelievable, where the men decided to sing to us, and they sang to all the women, and they sang this beautiful Sufi song. Oh, no, it wasn't Oh, How We Love You. It is All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. And they sang a few other things, but they kept singing that to us. And one of the women there just broke down, just sobbing, sobbing, sobbing. And we didn't know what to do, but one of those men went up to her, and she dropped on the ground on her knees, and he went down on his knees with her, just to be there with her and hold her. And then she still couldn't calm down. She was in so much grief. Whatever had happened had brought up so much grief in her that he went down on the ground and put his head down at her feet. Oh my God. We were all just sobbing. And she came out of that and she said, I've had terrible abuse in my life by men, but when I saw his grief, when I saw his feeling, it snapped me out of it, and I was able to be there for him. And we all saw that happen. So, we have these things happen that are divinely orchestrated, that we could never plan, and are by far greater than anything we could come up with. And part of that is this confluence now of the masculine and the feminine, this beautiful folding together that's happening.